All right, so let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders here for a little bit. Look, this team has obviously gone through a lot of changes this offseason, and now we're in the training camp. We're seeing sort of the overarching strategy and some key position battles. And there's one position battle in particular that just got interesting with this latest news out of Raiders camp.
Yeah, Nick, I think the story that you brought up is extremely interesting and intriguing for Raiders fans in general. I think they're going to want to stick around and hear this one. It has some great insight on it. But Raiders fans, we're in the thick of training camp. As we said, lots of position battles going on, a lot of stuff going on. And the team is looking a lot more improved than last year. So I want to know in the comment section below today, let us know, what are your predictions for the record this season? Go ahead and give us your official receipts in the comment section below. We'll hold you to them. We want to know what you think the Raiders record will be this season in the comment section below. But Nick, let's get on into it. What is this position battle that is so intriguing?
So obviously, you're always talking about any training camp, big time position battles, and there's one position for the Las Vegas Raiders, and that's the quarterback position that isn't a position battle officially yet. But I think there's a few reports highlighting that it could potentially be heading that way, or at least taking an interesting turn. Let's get into the first one, Miles. This is from the Associated Press News talking about starting quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. From the report, Raiders quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo left practice early Wednesday as Las Vegas coaches monitor his time on the field as he comes back from a broken left foot. Garoppolo, who injured the foot last season while quarterbacking the San Francisco 49ers, also did not practice Friday. Wednesday was his third consecutive day on the field, and Garoppolo was given the early time off. The team is off Thursday. There's a definite plan, Raiders coach Josh McDaniels said recently. We know what days we're out there. A number of players are going through the same process. With Garoppolo leaving about 45 minutes left in practice, that gave veteran Brian Hoyer a chance to get some extra work with the first team offense. All right, so obviously Garoppolo's injury coming back from the foot is very mindful. And look, Garoppolo is a guy who gets hurt all the time. That's sort of the MO of his career, unfortunately. That means the Raiders have to have a backup plan. And obviously Hoyer's number 2 right now, but their young rookie quarterback is making some headway as well. We got a second report, Mize, if you want to go ahead and switch to that one as well. All right, this is from Raider Ramble. While many dismiss training camp stories as simple feel-good nonsense, one can't help but pay attention to what's being said. Sure, passes thrown during camp don't hold much weight for a lot of fans, but anyone with an understanding of the game knows that this is a major factor heading into the season. The fact that Raiders rookie Aiden O'Connell, their young rookie quarterback, is receiving rave reviews is something worth noting. More so, you consider the source, Pro Bowl wide receiver Hunter Renfrow. He's just been a guy who stepped up in the huddle, and he just has that calm demeanor about him. Guys want to follow him. He's been incredibly accurate since he's gotten here. I don't know how all this plays out, but he's someone who we believe in. If he goes in there, then we'll follow. All right, Miles, I think this is an interesting development we're going to have to follow with the Raiders quarterback position. Jimmy G, with his injury concerns, I think he's definitely going to miss time. Aiden O'Connell rising so far during training camp, impressing the veterans. I think this quarterback position, I think it's become a quarterback battle sooner rather than later. But I'm curious what your thoughts are with the whole Raiders situation right now.
Yeah, Nick, I think that there's a lot going on here, but I think it's really interesting just talking about what could be, especially when you're thinking of Aiden O'Connell. I think this is a guy who's a very intriguing prospect. They bring him in, and he's kind of turning some heads. He's turning heads of Hunter Renfrow. This is a guy who knows good quarterback play. Obviously, in college, Trevor Lawrence was his quarterback for a time. I think this is a guy who's seen what the very best can be. He played with Derek Carr, obviously, and a lot of Raiders fans still have a high reverence for Derek Carr. Jimmy G is good. So this guy's caught some good balls. He knows what's going on, and I think that he has, a opinion that is worth listening to. Then when you hear just what he has to say, he's talking about, if he goes, we follow. It just shows the leadership, and we've been talking about this lately. Some of the rookies, when they come in and they show this strong leadership early on, it really kind of strikes a chord because that's something not a lot of rookies are able to handle when they come right in. They're still trying to figure out the playbook. They're still trying to, work their way up from the practice squad, third string, second string, to getting any kind of starting reps. This is a guy who comes in, he can handle all of that and be a leader amongst his peers as well. So I think that is a huge nod to Aiden O'Connell and just what he has been able to do. But like we said, we've known he's a gifted quarterback. There's obviously a reason that the Raiders picked him up. I just love the leadership aspect here, and I think it's something to watch going forward because I think this is a true turning point in the quarterback battle. I think this guy easily could be second string when next time we check in on this.
Yeah, and we talk about it all the time when it comes to young quarterbacks. The two traits that really matter. The first one is accuracy. And according to Hunter Renfrow, this guy's incredibly accurate. It doesn't matter how gifted you are with your arm strength or mobility or whatever it may be. If you can't hit an open guy or hit a contested guy for that matter, you're not going to play. You're not going to be a quality quarterback in the NFL. The second trait I look for when it comes to rookie young quarterbacks is the moment too big for them? Is the NFL spotlight? Is the situations being surrounded by all pro superstars? Is that moment too big for him? According to Renfrow, that moment is definitely not too big for O'Connell. That's what I look for. You look at the all-time greats, the Rodgers, the Mannings, the Bradys. The moment was never too big for him. The fact that O'Connell is already stepping and having that kind of effect on his teammates, I think is a great sign. And I think this is going to be definitely something to keep an eye on. You talk about O'Connell moving into second string. I think there's a strong chance he gets there by the end of camp. Don't be surprised if O'Connell plays a lot this season and potentially even takes over the first string position, whether Jimmy G gets hurt or not. I think that's how special this young kid is at the quarterback position.